Walk me back to your earliest memories of being a Buccaneers fan in Los Angeles and what that was like.
Yo, first of all, morning.
Morning.
And I'm having a really cool moment because TJ's there, you're there, Rich is on vacation. He got it somewhere. And I'm so happy. He's got a great people picker, man. He's got the right guys in the spot right now. All right, my first Bucs moment, 1979. My mom is working hard on the railroad, where she's a single mother. We don't have a ton of loot. My Christmas present, my big Christmas present, was a Sports Illustrated subscription.
Those are major.
The first, it was for my birthday, Christmas, November-ish, and the first issue I ever got was Dewey and Leroy Selman sacking a quarterback, and it was when the Bucs had gone 0-26 over their first 2 years, and then their third year they came out 7-0, and nobody could believe it. And so they were the big story, and I just remember seeing that and going, that's my squad. Because in Nebraska, there isn't really any oxygen for a pro football team in Nebraska because of the Cornhuskers obsession, and so I didn't have any regional. I guess I had the Chiefs, or I might have had Chicago, but I was like, that's my squad. And it was at first very painful, and it's also been amazing because 40 years later, my son, who's 28 and grew up in L.A., is a big Buccaneers fan. It's the only thing I made him, him and the Tampa and the Huskers. And so we've had this really wonderful journey. He's having fun now because, let me ask you guys a question, Rich and TJ, and anybody else in that building. And I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud. But is this potentially a year when a pro football team could end up doing something that only one other pro football team has ever done? On paper, with the 22 that we got back, is that a possibility?
Yes.
Whoa, Del Tufo, right out of
Yes. 100%.
Brockman, you had some feeling
So
about this, right?
That's just a flat snap yes?
100%.
Shane, it's Brockman here.
Yeah.
As you know, going undefeated is next to impossible. It's only happened once.
I can't say that word. You can, but I can't. But yeah,
it's next to impossible. I said it's happened once. The Patriots almost did it. They were
helmet away from doing it.
Yeah, they were Rodney Harrison, that guy. So. I'm not going to say it's not possible. I think it is possible. I think the Bucs are absolutely stacked. Like you said, all 22 Super Bowl starters are back. Tom Brady is just like a vampire. Like, it's unbelievable. There's no reason to think that it's going to happen, but there's no reason to think it's not going to happen. Like, I
can't believe this is even in your world, Shane. As a Buccaneers fan for life, can you believe the fact that we're sitting here in August and even debating this? Like, seriously?
It's really bizarre. You if you're not from New England, you have sort of a wild hatred for Brady just because it's not fun. I mean, you guys are so good, but then he comes here, he comes to Tampa, and you get behind it, and then you are a part of his whole thing. And he's truly the GOAT. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I just, if we're talking about GOAT stories, could you imagine this guy winning his 8th ring and doing the other thing? I mean, that would have to be it. That would have to be it for him, would it not? Would that rock him into the sunset?
No, he's going to play forever. I'm convinced. I think he's going to play deep into his 50s at this point. I don't see why not.
If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year
and goes undefeated,
they should physically remove him. Like, there's nothing left for you to do, Tom. We are he is no longer allowed to play football. That's it. You're done. That's it. Your contract is ripped up. It's set on fire. Thank you for playing.
He's not going to quit.
Russell Simmons
He's not going to quit.
He's not going to quit. They have to make him stop. That's it.
Like Ben and I were talking about this while playing golf yesterday. Like, Brady is one of those guys, you see all the second careers from all these people. Like, Brady doesn't know anything other than playing football. I think he would just be super bored without it.
Yep.
Yeah, Shane, do you see 100%. Him opening packs on crackpot breakers? What's Brady going to do after Super Bowl?
Crackpot breaks, Ben. Get it right now. Breaks, not breakers.
TJ joins us on the break. It is so fun. We pulled some crazy cards last night. It was a blast. Anybody that ever wants to break cards, come through because we talk, we have fun. in the meantime, the thing about Brady is this, and this is the only weird thing I have. First of all, he's very aware, I would imagine, of his branding and his marketing. And if you're telling a story about the GOAT, to leave with your 8th ring as you've done the one thing that no other team has done since the early 70s in a season where they're adding a game, I just feel like maybe that could be the thing that sends him off. Other than that, there is how about this? I don't know. As grown men, I know that you guys have all on some level proven yourself to yourself, right? And there's a hole in. There's something still in Brady that drives him to do this that I don't think is entirely healthy. It's what does Brady got to do to prove himself to himself to get on with something else? Like, I've got 7 rings. I got this beautiful kids. I got a wife. I'm 45. What is it thing that drives him? I think the thing that drives him, and no disrespect to this guy, but there's a thing in him that hasn't been quenched, because it's impossible to do what he's doing without some kind of weird hole or issue. I mean, you think about all of the greats, like Romo, unbelievable talent, great leader, but the guy has got a great life and a good wife, and he plays golf, and he doesn't seem to have that hole, and that's, I think, the biggest reason why he couldn't get over. But you look at other guys that are great, they have some kind of thing inside of them that they've got to fix. And how is Brady still? Have you ever done anything that good for that long? I mean, you get bored, or you're like, I want to go try and do something else.
Yep.
Shane, I've been on this show for 3 weeks. I've loved it, but I'm very excited for next week because it's going to be a new set of challenges and a new opportunity. Yeah. The idea of Brady still doing it, like you said, reinvention, the path to self-discovery, something you know very well. When you look at all the different lives you've lived and challenges you've taken on in yourself and in your career and your life, it's led you to this moment. He's back at another training camp, back at another film session. The grind is just relentless with him.
He could just love the game and love being Tom Brady, and he could be afraid of what Tom Brady means after he no longer does what he's the greatest of all time at doing. So I don't know. It would be wonderful to sit down and have a conversation with that guy and ask him, yo, are you good with your dad? Are you good with your mom? Like, what is going on that drives that? Because I don't know what else this guy's got to do to prove himself to himself.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.